I'm your host, Steve, and today, ThinkorSwim is having a little bit of technical difficulty, so I will not be able to show. I could explain a trade. It wouldn't really, you wouldn't get an idea of how much you would have made. But to still do the video, though, I am going to go over the stocks to watch for this week, which are Priceline, SPY, Apple, and Home Depot. Okay. So, Priceline. Okay, so it's signaling bullish. It's filled the gap from earnings. So, right here we have a doji. The market is pretty much indecisive. We could see a bounce. What price is that? 13. We could see a bounce off of 1280. And the next price of resistance is 1308. Or this is going to drop down to 1266. And if it fails that, it could drop as far down as 1247. Seeing how the markets, the sentiment to be bearish are getting higher and higher as we go into September, which the theory, it's called a 7-year cycle, where if you look at any past events, economic events, they have happened 7 years apart. As we get closer and closer into September, which in the trading world, that month tends to come up more often than not for this huge event, which is known as the Harbinger. That can have an effect on individual stocks. In this case, Priceline. It could have a sell-off, or it could not even have any effect, and maybe it can bounce off this and start making its way up. But based off of this, I would expect a drop to 1266. Maybe 1247. But if it starts dropping back down, then it's going to be, it will have fallen back into this channel that we've seen for months. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't do that. Next, the SPY. I'm hearing across that, again, in the SPY, this is the index that for everything for the S&P. Again, as that sell-off happens, this will be the one that you will see it on, because this one kind of groups all those stocks together. This is the index for the entire S&P. Actually, this is an index of the SPX, which is of the S&P. So, anyway. With that being said, if we do have a drop, we could see 205.42 204.96, 204.51. If that drop happens to be, that drop happens to be extremely big, then it could just crack right through this. And if that happens, then that will be a lot of red across the markets, and that will spell big trouble for the markets and an economic view. But until that happens, we've been trading in a range of the 204.51 and 213.50. We've been in this range for quite a while. You can see this is back in March, and that's all we've done. We've been range bound. So something has to happen sooner or later. Everyone is leaning more toward the bear side. Next we have Apple. Apple, it had its earnings, and it kind of fell off, and it just kind of continued to fall off. Let's see. So now it's kind of stuck in this consolidation. If you could call it a consolidation, that's pretty wide. 110, 120. Charts showing very bearish. So they're assuming more downside. I know next month Apple is going to be announcing their new iPhone. So that could perk the stock up. One of the reasons for the drop was that they were delaying the Apple TV until next year. Probably because of programming issues and things of that nature, not enough content to send it out. Who knows? I haven't really looked into it, but that's all I saw, and the markets didn't like it, so Apple sold off. Personally, I think that Apple's going to stay range bound between 110 and 120, unless some serious news happens. So I really don't expect much of a play coming off of Apple. And next we have Home Depot. Home Depot has been on an uptrend since May. Or if you want to you may consider this start of the uptrend, June. Their earnings are out this week, and that is before market hours on the 18th. So that's Tuesday morning. So if you're planning on playing earnings, Monday before the close. Home Depot isn't a stock that I typically watch. Everything is screaming very bullish. But earnings are a gamble, and they could miss, and the stock goes back down to 112.50, or let's see, what's a big... let's see. Its biggest drop was $4. Yeah. So it could go as far down as 15. Or it can go up as 24, 25. It all depends. But based on this chart, it's been in an uptrend over the past couple months, or month, yeah. So, from that aspect, I would say be bullish and, calls. But again, it's earnings, and earnings are a gamble. So if you're going to do it, trade small and good luck. Now the RSI on this shows that it's oversold. Or overbought, I apologize. So that right there, that could mean that there may be some pullback, but this is a hammer candle. So probably up until earnings, this stock is people are gonna continue to buy up into earnings, and then whatever happens after earnings, who knows? Have to check it out at that time. So that's it for this episode of Dissect the Trade. I apologize that there isn't a stock of the week. I have to call TD Ameritrade on that and see what was going on, because that's kind of embarrassing. But good luck next week. Hope you all make some money, and until next time.